Remington. Vasty skies. Hang him on the yard.
What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the one, the only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. I am your host, your boy, Robbie J of the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. And of course, I am joined by, as always, my loyal crew. Of course, we got our boy, Rumboyz Central, JD. What is good, Rumboyz.com.
Doing well tonight. We got a lot of great topics, so I'm excited as usual.
Hell yeah. Rumboyz Combat, our homie Jake Miller.
Yeah. Man, today's a fun stream as well, and tomorrow Clock Management and I, Justin, will be live streaming UFC 247 main card.
Nice. Very, very nice. And then, of course, we have Rumboyz J Love.
What's going on, everybody?
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. It's another night. As always, y'all know that we cannot start this show off without our ceremonious cheers. So let's go ahead and let's dive into it. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls who want to do. Dilly. All righty. Excellent. And at this time, I will go ahead and turn it over to JD so that we can dive into tonight's podcast.
Hell yeah, man! I'm excited because we have so much basketball, and you know how much I love basketball. But we will start with the NFL. Rumors are swirling that Dak Prescott will be franchise tagged. Is Jerry Jones doing the right thing, or is he doing Dak dirty after the season that he just had? Robbie J, what do you think about that?
Do I feel that Dak is getting kind of dirty, getting done dirty by Jerry Jones? To be honest, following the season, I have to feel like yes. Now, is around where he's going to get franchise tag probably where he is still worth even following, being the leading passing yard or the leading quarterback in passing yards. Yeah, he's still probably around about a 30 million guy. If they tag him, he'll get anywhere between 25 to 30 million anyways. Is he due up for a big contract? Absolutely. But is he getting done dirty? Absolutely. He's the next guy in line. You got to go ahead and pay him. Give the guy some damn money, Jerry.
All right, Jordan Love, any thoughts on that one?
I just think it's absurd that he's turning down 33 or 3 years. I know there's a saying that he wants to be the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. He wants to make more than Russell Wilson. You're not in that tier of quarterback.
Aside from the middle of the season.
No, there was a report today that the Cowboys offered him an extension and he turned it down.
I have not seen that report. I have not seen that he has turned down a damn thing.
I saw from multiple sources about 10 hours ago that he turned it
down. On the Pat McAfee show by Lombardi that he turned it down.
It's true according to Bleacher Report. Dak Prescott turned down a new contract worth $33 million per year. They were close to completing it in September. They would have paid him $33 million, but they broke off the season. I guess this is like they just confirmed it today that it was last September. It was the official offer. And I don't know if they offered it again and he had turned it down again. It's unclear.
That's what I got from it. Either way, he turned down $33 million. He's not even worth $33 million, in my opinion. Stat-wise, yes, he had a great year. But if you just go into the X's and O's of football, he's not on that tier of a quarterback. I don't even think he's worth the franchise tag. The franchise tag is $27 million for a quarterback, and I wouldn't even pay him that.
He's getting paid a lot. I mean, 27. What do you think about that one, Big Miller? Before I give my take.
At this point, you need to find a better option to replace him. The quarterback market is overpaid, in my opinion, overall. So Dak's the next guy getting paid. I don't think he should demand the 40. I think Mahomes will be the first guy to get the 40, but yeah, I don't know. J-Love, you said 33 for 3 years?
Yeah, I saw something that said they wanted to pay him.
Okay. If I were him, I would demand 5. A 4 to 5 year deal, $33 million. I would not take a 3-year deal if I were him. But the number sounds right. I like the yearly salary, but the 3-year deal makes me think it was the reason he turned that down. But yeah, I mean, if the $33 million, give him the 5 years team option for a 6, I think that would be the ideal option for both sides.
So if he did turn down, if he was offered 33 as of today,
yeah,
and he turned that down, okay, and from what I'm reading and from what I'm understanding, this is a late report. He has this is money that was offered in the middle of the season, and when he turned it down, yeah, and we had already known. So this is kind of just being redrudged up, given the fact that he's going through this current state right now. 33 million, even at this rate, it is what it is. If they pay him for 3 years and they extend him for 3 years, that gives you time to go out and find another guy. You know, that gives you time to where if you got to go and you have to pull what you did with Tony Romo, where you went ahead and you drafted Dak because you were worried that Romo's just not going to get me over the fucking hump. I need to do something. Then that's how you end up with Dak. If you're going to put yourself through that same rigmarole again, then lock him in for now, 33 at 3. Cool, 33 mil, 3 years. Dak, you get your money. You're not talented enough to be the highest fucking paid QB, point blank. You're not talented enough to be the highest paid QB.
Yes. And I think
that's what I had
mentally,
for my notes.
Yeah, I think mentally he feels like a guy that is a top guy. And he does not want to have a 3-year prove it. He thinks you should commit to me right now because I'm the guy for 5-6 years. I think that's the challenge for him.
He's not a blank check guy. He's not a blank check dude.
No, I think he just wants I think he wants the 5-year commitment. I think that's what he wants. Yeah, I think he wants the 5 years. Give me a chance to prove it for 5 years. I think that's what he wants. But
also,
again, I mean,
the Jones, they already paid Zeke Elliott. People forget this. They don't have that much to get out. So that's my point. And also, we just saw Ryan Tannehill. So they paid Zeke Elliott. They paid some of their linemen. We just saw Ryan Tannehill make it to the AFC Championship game. I'm just saying, like, Dak Prescott isn't transcendent enough. $33 million, I feel like you hit the number on the head, bro. Sign that. I don't care for how long it is. So that's what I'm saying. I agree with that.
I get Dak wanting to get the treatment of that of a Mahomes, of that of a Lamar, of what those guys that are back behind the line, you know, behind him are going to be getting. I get him wanting that because that's where the market is going. This is the NFL. And the NFL is a lot like relationships. Mm-hmm. What have you done for me lately?
8-8.
Cooking and cleaning. Yeah. I'm probably gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? So, Dak, you ain't doing the little things to make the big picture. You're not a quarterback that's going to get them over the hump.
Plus, how many endorsements does he get just for being the Dallas Cowboys quarterback?
100%.
Think if he was the Jaguars quarterback. Think about that. Like, he's doing the same production. We're going 8-8, but he's
London has money. London has money.
You got to ask yourself this, too, if you're Dak Prescott. You just mentioned this gentleman's name, comeback player of the year, Ryan Tannehill. How pissed off to know that Ryan Tannehill could maybe sit back, accept the franchise tag, or maybe even get an extra $40 million from Tennessee this year, which just sounds like that they're probably going to give him about $40 million. That's going to make him, between his money from the Dolphins and now, about an $80 million worth man.
And I do have this point as well, and I think this does bother Dak, and it would bother most people as an employee. If he does take the 3-year deal versus the franchise tag, that's really only a 2-year deal. He would want a renegotiation after the first year of that contract or second year of that contract. So he would really be waiting those 2 years to renegotiate, and it would be a 2-year deal for him. It's like taking a franchise tag, but for 2 years. I think he wants that avoiding a renegotiation as long as possible, and I don't blame him for it.
Again, I just $33 million. That's a lot.
To us, it's like, oh yeah, pay us to get hit and get knocked out for the year, please. Give me $33 million. But yeah,
I just don't understand why the Cowboys are offering him this. You can go out and find a quarterback who can probably come in and play, like Teddy Bridgewater. You can pay Teddy Bridgewater $22 million. You're saving that $11 million that you just offered Dak Prescott. Send that $11 million to Byron Jones, a guy who you're expecting to walk because the money you have to pay to Dak Prescott.
Cheers, Redskin move.
Yeah, we got it.
Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What to do? Redskins.
What to do?
7 move. Like ACTR defenders all day. Defenders all day.
And another thing I'll say about this contract is, and shout out to you, Redskins, 007 move, but Carson Wentz only gets paid $30 million a year with incentives, okay? They're telling you that you're $3 million better than Carson Wentz.
He's not better than
$3 million a year. That's respect. So I'm saying you should take that shit. That's respect.
Exactly. I mean, but to kind of second J Love's notion, if you're the Cowboys, you could go out and you could probably spend that money elsewhere. But to also second what I was stating earlier, if you're worried about history repeating itself and having mediocrity at the quarterback position again, i.e. the whole Romo situation that had happened, transpired years ago when Dak came in the preseason, lit it up, and they were like, oh, Dak's our guy. We're going to go ahead and just trash Tony now. If you're anticipating that, and I think that's what the Cowboys are probably anticipating here,
you shouldn't be paying him.
Then, I mean, pay him to keep him fucking happy and to shut him up so you don't have to deal with locker room issues from the most important leadership position. But make it short term. Make it short term so that way when you're ready to move on, you can move on. If you gotta go, you gotta go. Dak is definitely average though, J-Lo.
I agree, J-Lo. Shout out to Redskins 007 move.
He's the definition of average. Like, he's the line. If you're worse than Dak Prescott, I don't think you're a starting quarterback. And if you're better than him, okay, you're a starter. But he's on that teetering. Some games he plays like he's awful, and other games he plays like he's a hero.
Exactly. He's gonna either. The only reason why they're probably seeking at paying him is the whole leading the league in passing yards deal.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
And quarterbacks are made in the red zone.
Wasn't he second? Or was he
Actually, I think he was second.
Because Jameis Winston
no one
hit
counts
5,000.
him because he had 30 interceptions.
Oh yeah, Jameis Winston hit that mark right at pretty much like the last 2-3 games. He took it from Dak.
Yeah, I was like, Jameis hit like 5,200 yards.
Yeah, if you count fucking week 16 to 17 as actual NFL football, I guess. I hate those weeks, by the way.
Everyone's talking about an extended schedule. Why don't we Why don't we make it smaller again?
If we make it smaller, each game counts even more, which I kind of would like, but it's just
15 games.
Let's leave it how it is.
Add playoff teams. Add playoff teams to make the last few weeks more interesting. Add 2 playoff teams.
Yeah,
that would dilute the product. I think. I like how exclusive the playoffs are in the NFL.
Or eliminate 1 regular season week minimum. But all right, Jake Miller, let's stick with you on this next question. Which teams just way too early do you think will turn around in 2020, and which teams will fall off? Give me like 1 or 2 of each.
So I will go 2 per conference, I think, and I will guarantee that one of these teams from each conference will turn it around. The Colts, Raiders, and the Cardinals and Rams. And my outlier is Cleveland. But one of those 3 teams from the AFC, or it's definitely going to be the Cardinals or Rams to make the division more fun. Which, it's a great division. I'd love to see that division be more fun.
No, I like it. I like those takes.
Jordan Love
made me so happy. The turnaround team, I'm just going to go 1 turnaround, 1 one fall off. My turnaround team is the Washington Redskins. I've already said it before. With Ron Rivera, you have multiple moves you can make. That 4-3 is going to be insane. You're going to add Chase Young. I think that's pretty much a lock at this point. Unless, by some reason, your newly found GM is just insane and thinks, oh, maybe an offensive lineman would be better. It would help. But
Don't worry, it won't happen. It's not.
I seriously think Dwayne Haskins is going to take a big step, and that's why I'm going to ride on the back of the Washington Redskins. I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but I think an 8-8 to even a 9-7 season is in their future, either this upcoming year or the year after. My fall-off team, I know I'm going to get flack for this. This is going to sound awful. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills. I know a lot of people have been going on up. I'm going to go on the fact that a lot of teams are going to find that predictable going into next year. You kind of saw their offense sputter towards the end of the season, kind of like the Seattle Seahawks in a way. Teams started to put a spy on Josh Allen, and I know he's very fast and very athletic, but he's kind of started to sputter against highly athletic linebackers. It's going to be rough. The offensive line is getting older, but Cody Ford took a step. It's just in those certain spots, I just find them iffy.
Okay. I like it. In the NFC, I am going to say that with the acquisition of Ron Rivera, Dale Green recently went on record to state that this is the time for Redskins fans to really rally behind DC with getting our new coach Rivera. I'm going to go with us as a turnaround team as well. I think that we all saw that coming out of my mouth. A team that I think that is going to fall off in the NFC is going to be the Minnesota fucking Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings are in some serious salary cap trouble. I expect Stephon Diggs to probably be out of there. If it's not Diggs, then it's probably going to be Thielen. I don't know if you're going to keep Kyle Rudolph at the tight end position because you guys now have Irv Smith. It didn't look like that you were trying to use Kyle Rudolph in the playbook very often anyways. So for the Vikings, I fear a whole hell of a lot. And especially, just because of their cap space. They're going to end up releasing a lot of unnecessary pieces that they probably should be retaining. But in order to clear cap space, their hands are forced. In the AFC, a team that I'm going to pick to be my bounce back team, I'm rolling with the momentum of Drew Lock, the Denver Broncos. And I'm also going to state this for fantasy football purposes. Courtland Sutton. Say his name 3 times like fucking Beetlejuice, and he's on your fantasy lineup, and he is going to light it the hell up. And I only think that guy is going to do even more of that with the combination of Drew Lock. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. As an outlier on the NFC, I have to go with the Cardinals. Jake, you fucking body that tape. Everyone's riding the Cardinals high right now as an improvement team. I think that it's fucking happen.
If I can just interject.
All 5 of these teams improving greatly. I really can. That's the thing. Yeah. And I really am most confident. Honestly, out of my pick of the Colts, Raiders, Rams, Browns, and Cardinals, the Colts are the least confident for me. And everyone else is I'm almost positive they'll greatly improve. But I have to go with my pick that will fall off because you guys did it. And I think this is going to be one of those Aaron Rodgers years where he pulls a hamstring or messes up a car. Every other year, man. Every other year he does it. Right? Am I wrong there?
That got really nasty really quick.
Yeah.
It's so inconsistent with him. He just gets hurt, man. And at this age, it's going to be the down year for Aaron Rodgers. He'll have a good one maybe after that, but he's so inconsistent in the health department.
So for the Raiders, I got the Raiders or the Broncos. Either the Raiders or the Broncos are going to step up. And depending on who wins those divisional games between the two, that's who will step up. That's my prediction for those guys. And I also think the Bears are going to come back, and the Patriots are going to take a nosedive.
So what's your guys' take on my Packers pick? You don't like that one?
I agree too. Packers down. Straight down.
I don't trust Rodgers to stay healthy. I really don't. I never have.
I don't trust Aaron Rodgers, but also that defense is a lot better, and I think they're going to pick up more weapons.
Exactly.
In this offseason.
JD, you guys need to figure out cap space. I have you guys in that same kind
of quarterback.
You are the Minnesota Vikings. I'm sorry. You are.
The quarterback thing. I'm after seeing your cap troubles. The quarterback thing is the last fucking thing that I'm scared of for you guys. You guys managing money is the scariest fucking thing in the NFL. Just being honest, because you guys don't do it very well.
I clearly a lot.
I have two more things to say.
What's
One
that?
of them is to come back about the Cardinals. I know everybody's really high on them, and it's ironic that I'm a Cardinals fan here, but I can't see them going any better than 7-9. I really can't.
I love the talent.
And I will take that for the Cardinals.
I would love that. 7-9, just improve, show me some improvement. It's the offensive line and it's the defensive line. Teams win in the trenches, and if you look at this division, D Ford, need I even mention a guy who almost won defensive player of the year in his rookie season, Nick Bosa. And then you go over to Seattle, Jadeveon Clowney, even if he's not back, they have other options. LJ Collier, who's a rookie who disappointed. You go to the Rams, need I mention Aaron Donald. This division is stacked in the trenches, and that's our weakest area. Another team that I felt like needs to get mentioned because they're going to find a quarterback this offseason is the Chargers. I know everybody hates on the Chargers. They always disappoint. But I think that they're finally going to get their quarterback. I think Justin Herbert goes here. I really do. While he's going to show ups and downs this offseason or this upcoming season, he's going to have those ups. I think he can carry you, and you have Mike Williams. You have Keenan Allen. I'm very, very high on Mike Williams. If anybody hasn't noticed, he's one of my favorite receivers in the league, and I think he's going to become an all-pro receiver within the next few years. These are big weapons for a quarterback, and they can.
His biggest downfall was that he couldn't find the fucking end zone. That's
because Phillip Rivers, whenever they got in the red zone, would turn the ball over.
Exactly. So there's the issue there. There's the issue there. No, I agree. I think that the Chargers could find their quarterback of the future. Did I say who was going to fall off in the AFC? I did not mention my fall off.
No, you didn't.
My fall off for the AFC. I'm picking the Colts. I'm picking the Colts.
Where the Colts go? They go 8-8.
Yeah, I think they're going to be. I think they're going to be pretty fucking bad heading into this this upcoming season. The reason why I say that is because none of your receivers have fucking feet. Like if you
Paris
can't.
Campbell.
Yeah, Paris Campbell injured. T.Y. Hilton injured. Zach Pascal having to carry the load by himself and then injured. Like everyone there gets injured. Everyone that is part of the passing game gets injured. I'm not rocking with the Colts. I'm sorry.
Right on. Next topic. Robbie J, I'll start with you on this one. So we had two tight ends in the Super Bowl, arguably the best two tight ends in the NFL. Is it time that the tight end market gets reset following their performances of Kittle and Kelsey performances this season?
Do I feel that it's time for the tight end market to pretty much reset? Absolutely. Absolutely. During the interviews that we had, when we had interviewed, Irv Smith and Noah Fant, and all the different, rookie tight ends, TJ Hawkinson, what I was bringing up for a lot of the guys was the discussion of the evolution of the position. We've seen plenty of greats, from Shannon Sharp, Tony G, the list goes on of great tight ends. But most of those guys were run blocking tight ends. They would come off the block and catch a pass every once in a while. The tight end position has changed greatly, and we can thank a talent like Rob Gronkowski for that. It is now time that tight ends are getting premium dollar Now, what premium dollar for a tight end looks like in my eyes, I don't really have a figure, to be quite honest. Do I feel that they should be getting premium dollar because they're now moving into becoming a premium position? Yes. Also, with that, I mean, you're gonna see a lot more tight ends getting utilized. If you're gonna be taking that type of punishment on your body, especially with a lot of the routes they run across the middle, fucking pay the guys. I would love to see Mark Andrews starting to get some big bucks. Kittle and Kelsey. Ertz. I want to see these guys becoming some of the highest paid players on the team because they're putting in some of the most work.
Right on. Jordan Love, same question. How do you feel about the current state of the tight end market?
I think it just goes to show, if you look at the most consistent over the past 2 years quarterbacks, they have great tight ends. They're security blanket. They're big bodies. They Paul. Travis Kelce is one of the most. He's a massive game changer. The dead reason Carson Wentz has proven to be a good quarterback when he's not on the field, he struggles. Every top quarterback in this league has a great tight end. I think it's time it gets reset. In all honesty, you see the value in it, and when there's value at a position in this league that's that game changing, you have to pay up.
Absolutely.
That's like I was trying to. Yeah, Jake, same question.
Oh, my fault, JD. Go ahead, my fault.
Oh, you're good, bro.
Yeah, the hard part with this question is they definitely deserve more money if they have the value. It's just, at this point, the CBA, which is expiring, maybe it's good or bad, they could renegotiate it to where production can be a franchise tag rather than the position. Because what hurt Jimmy Graham in negotiations is he was a tight end, technically. Which, the problem with that was they could franchise tag him as one even though he was a primary receiver almost. If you went by production for the franchise tag, you can change that. But until a tight end or a group of them sit out or figure out a way to get more money, it's going to be very hard to get the value. Because right now the NFL goes by the position and not what they produce on the field. And they know the tight end is a position, if you slot them there, you can pay them less. They deserve more money. You just have to fight for it or change the CBA in this next negotiation.
The GMs are really screwing over guys, and there's so many different ways to win a football game. It really has to be based on production, otherwise it's simply not fair.
Evan Ingram is going to get screwed by this.
I believe it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can see Christian McCaffrey get screwed by this.
Evan Ingram is a glorified wide receiver playing tight end. He's going at one point to get 1,000 yards in a season when healthy, and he's going to make like $8 million off of a franchise tag, even though he's a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean the NFL CBA has to figure it out. So yeah, it's gonna come down to negotiations, and if they don't fight it and realize this guy has 800 receiving yards as well as 1,200 rushing yards, he's a receiver and a weapon. Pay him like a weapon. Don't pay him like a running back. It's gonna be stuck with that, but I hope they change it. I mean, I think it's terrible that it happens.
See, where I feared that a player like Evan Ingram's status gets screwed over in this is where Kittle, Kelsey, Ertz, they reset the market. You got Ingram, who's just right outside of that. A guy like Andrews, right outside of that tier of tight ends, and teams are suddenly like, "Oh shit, this is now what you're expecting." No. And those guys go and they get paychecks elsewhere. Maybe that alters their career path, so on and so forth. Maybe it even alters the landscape of the league. So that's where I feel like the position as a whole gets fucked, because the market's going to get reset with or without the new CBA. I mean, Kittle and Kelsey are getting big contracts. Kittle for sure, he's due up.
Tight ends are becoming safeties. Tight ends are the new safeties. Mm-hmm. That's what it's becoming. And just like tight ends, we're seeing more value in safeties, especially after the Super Bowl and what Tyrann Mathieu did to save that game.
That was a great game. That was a really good game. All right, next question. top 5 fantasy running backs. Way too early, but obviously we can speculate. Start with Jordan Love.
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes without saying. We're looking at McCaffrey, Saquon, Zeke, Dalvin Cook, and then you're kind of looking at a random fifth. I'm going to go Alvin Kamara. I think he'll find some stability no matter who that quarterback is, whether it's being Teddy Bridgewater hitting some checkdowns, whether it's Drew Brees having another Drew Brees type of year, even though he's getting in that old age. He's going to find success in that offense, and I think this year was just kind of an off year.
I like it.
Robbie J, same question.
So I mean, of course, I got CMC, run CMC. He's the 101 overall. You're drafting Christian McCaffrey if you have the 101 overall pick. I'm gonna go with Saquon there. His value is really in pass catching out of the backfield. And then I'm gonna go with Zeke. You could probably honestly flip Zeke and Saquon 2 and 3. Actually, yeah, let's put Zeke second and then Saquon 3. Because Saquon's value literally relies in him pass catching out the backfield. Daniel Jones puts the fucking ball on the ground too much from the moment of snap, which affects Saquon's opportunities. At 4, I am going to roll with Alvin Kamara. The second, what Jordan Love just mentioned, AK-47. He does his damn thing. Drew Brees kind of had a little bit of an off year, plus the injury. I think that Kamara has enough time to rest up, bounce back. And then at the 5 spot, everyone is trying to run after Derrick Henry at this moment, and I still think that there's just a little bit too much hype. I have him more around 8 or 7 or 8 for me. I am going to go with Dalvin Cook at 5. He went out there and he did his thing. Also, J Love, Kenyon Drake is probably more like 9-10 this year. Okay?
Oh no, I'm not putting him that high. I'm just saying it's my greatest take ever because everybody was against me. Kenyon Drake sucks. The Dolphins suck.
You find me the percentage of leagues that Kenyon Drake won people, and I already know the.
Okay, I'm not. Listen.
I know the number.
I'm not putting him in this fantasy conversation. I'm talking about from a football standpoint. That's it.
Even still, you want to fucking bring him up. I'm just making sure that you stay in perspective.
I didn't bring him up. Somebody else brought him up in the chat. Okay.
That's true.
Look,
I agree with you on the Cohen take too. Jake, same question. Top 5.
Cohen is not a sleeper
running back.
Well, I would go
30.
I would go 1 CMC, obviously. My other 4 I don't have a real order for, and I think 2 are outliers, but I would go Josh Jacobs, Zeke, Kamara, and this one people won't pick, but he had numbers, Nick Chubb.
I like it. Dare to be different.
Chubb. I like it. All right, next topic, and it's an interesting one that they've already brought up in the chat a few times. So let's bring it up now. XFL, the NFL's over, but football is not over. How pumped are you for the XFL? And what will it take for people to stick around? And have you picked a team? Who and why? Jake Miller, let's start with you.
Well, right now I'm kind of going with the Defenders just because I want to see Cardell really be successful again after that nice run he had to win the Buckeye Championship. Not a big college football fan, but it was just fun to see that. But going into it, I just want to see the players. Like, players I haven't seen for a while that didn't make it in the NFL or never really played snaps. But right now I like the DC Defenders a lot, and I really root for them initially. And I'll probably find guys along the way where I pick up and realize that, oh, I'm going to like this player regardless of who wins. So I'm going to view it as like a league where players can prove themselves and maybe make a jump rather than as a straight-up competitive league where if a team loses, a player can still show out.
BKB likes the Dragons, he says. Hell yeah, go Dragons.
Of course.
Seattle, yeah. There you go. Yeah.
All right, Jordan Love, do you have an XFL team yet?
No, I do not. I'm going to look at this from the standpoint of there's going to be players in here that I recognize, and I'm going to root for those players. I don't think I'm going to develop a team until I know this league is going to become stable, just because I don't want to get too invested in that sense. Once I see 3 or 4 years down the line, then I'll pick a team, then I'll find out. But for now, I'm going to rock with certain players that I know and I want to see something out of, like Jordan Teamu from Ole Miss, who had great receivers, looked like he had some NFL potential, and now he's going to get a chance in a league that can show these NFL teams, hey, I can prove myself against guys that are borderline in your league. So give me a chance here, and maybe I can go up to the next rank and move and make some money and prove that I can do this as a career. I think it's a great league.
Hell yeah! The XFL Chicago comes back. I got the Renegades in Dallas. What about you, Robbie? What's your team?
I feel that I actually just want to second what you just said. Yes, I am a DC Defenders fan. That is the team that I picked, of course. We got Cardell Jones. We got my boy Tyree Jackson. That's QB2. Like I'm overall just excited. And the team has a lot of good buzz. All the XFL teams dropped all their official theme songs, their official fight songs today on their YouTube. So make sure you check out your XFL team's fight song. I'm excited for the scoring. I'm excited because a lot of points of the XFL is to make football safer. So I'm excited to see, the decrease in numbers, in terms of, injuries and concussions and so on and so forth. The second, what you said, hey, until Chicago XFL comes back, you're rocking with a different team. I'm rocking with the Defenders for now, but I love the fact that I fucking live in Colorado. If Colorado gets a team, then I would eventually, that would be the one Colorado sports team that I would support. I'm super fucking intrigued in the XFL. I'm super excited. Make sure you guys get up with me tomorrow. Dragons versus Defenders. It's going to be lit. And then I'm also going to be calling the Roughnecks versus the Wildcats, the LA Wildcats. The XFL is going to be – it's just going to be dope. It only has to last 37 more minutes longer than the AAF, guys. That's it. They're already talking about team expansions. So I have a feeling that this league is gonna succeed. Vince McMahon, from the financial standpoint, he's ready to take a heavy fucking hit of like $535 million in debt, like to do this. So it's got to work. The only way that it's going to work is if we all support.
You gotta watch it. They're gonna have coaches. Like, you're gonna be able to hear them just like in the AAF. You're gonna be able to hear what they're saying, all the plays being called just like in the AAF, and they're gonna have like different rules. There's a lot of reasons to watch this, honestly. The XFL is gonna be on Fox, and I think they're gonna have it on YouTube too. I'm not 100% sure.
No,
don't quote me on
that. I think.
YouTube TV. Okay.
Yeah, YouTube TV, but it will be on ESPN. It is gonna be on Fox tomorrow. I'll post the official XFL schedule and all the channel listings for everyone's region. I have the whole image. I'll post that in our Discord. Make sure you guys follow us on Discord if you have not already. You join the Discord. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll post it. I'll post it in the Discord. Dude, Pat McAfee is going to be running down the field, chasing a player on a fucking punt return. They're making it to where punt returns are going to be more octane, and talking about the spread at the same time. So what do you think? Vegas has you at 1.5. I know we're running in the middle of this play, but what's up? Yeah. Dude, that's going to be fucking
crazy.
lit.
So he doesn't pull up my timeline.
You mean to tell me analysts are... you mean to tell me analysts have a chance of fucking risking hammy injuries as well?
Hey, a guest host right there. You have King and McAfee playing receiver. 2 former punters for 1 play, both playing receiver.
That's epic.
The analyst just gets yanked in for a play. Put on your pads. Put your blazer on over top of your pads. That'd be fucking epic.
I'm excited for this shit. JD needs to go to the game and hold the sign that says next meme. Dude, I need to do another meme review. You guys gave me a bunch of memes on Discord. But going on to the next topic, let's talk about the NBA. So the All-Star game was pretty sick, obviously. Or we have it picked already. So it's Team LeBron versus Team Giannis. So the teams are as such. LeBron has, let me see here. I had it pulled up. No, I don't. Look it up on Google. But anyway, we know what the starters are. It's Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis, James Harden, LeBron himself, and that's Team LeBron's starters. And then Giannis has Pascal Siakam, and he picked Joel Embiid, and notably he picked, I think it was Chris Middleton and Kemba Walker instead of James Harden. So what is your opinion, Robbie J, on the draft that took place last night?
Yo, Giannis just wants to make sure he ends up as All-Star MVP. Okay? That's it. All right, Giannis's team as a whole compared to like Bron's team, two totally completely fucking different things. It was like Bron was given all the All-Stars, I feel. But I like Giannis's mythology behind this. I like the method to his madness. You want to prove that you're the most dominant. If they're going to group you with some of the most dominant players in the league, you might as well pick and choose to make you look that much fucking better. And I feel that that's what it is. All these guys are going to pass the ball to Giannis. They're going to get the ball to Giannis, and he's going to look like a star. Now, all in all, I like the Western team on paper, the Western Conference team a whole hell of a lot better. That's just it is because of the way that Giannis.
It really was. It turned into like the East versus the West almost. It really did.
Yeah, Giannis picked all Eastern players besides Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert.
Yeah. No, I did want to actually add that is that I like the fact that Giannis practically both guys practically went with all their guys from their sides. So it is going to be somewhat reminiscent of when we were kids, and I like that.
It's so funny.
So am I.
I like it.
So
all right.
So it's fine.
Jake Miller, what is your opinion? Or no, did I skip you, Jordan Love?
Yeah.
Jordan, your turn.
That was fine.
Giannis proved that he's trying to find a team to go to after the 2020, during the 2021 offseason. That's all I'm going to say. He picked his Eastern Conference guys. He looked at Jimmy Butler. He looked at Bam. It's clear that he's trying to find teammates in a way and find players that he can play off of. It's funny. It's ironic. But by far, I think that LeBron had the best team. I don't think anybody's debating that. He got the best bench player easily. I think
Dame and James Harden. This range for days. They shoot anywhere they want.
It's going to be insane. The only way that Giannis's team wins is if they try on defense. And even then, I still think Dame might drop 30. Just for fun.
Dame's hot right now. He's ready to cook some people.
Well, not anymore. Well, anymore. He had like 22 and 29, and everybody saying, "Oh no, he dropped his match. He fell off his game." That's still a good game. What are you talking about?
I agree, though. LeBron has a much better team. What do you think about that one, Jake Miller? The draft that took place.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron has a better team, but in the end, it's still going to be 129 going into the fourth. You know, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be very close to tied. I think it's going to be LeBron and Giannis going back and forth. I think it's going to be
one of those things. You guys know about the ending? You know about the rules, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can break it down for you.
Lump sum plus 24 is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's an Eland's ending. The teams that play to a target score with the shot clock still in force. So basically, they're forcing them to play defense. It's like stock when you play Super Smash Bros. And you turn on stock.
Oh yeah.
You have certain lives. Yeah.
So it's like the TBT. Exactly. That's what I interpreted it as when I saw it.
It's going to be a little bit more. It should be more intense.
Like pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, I love the TBT. I watch it every year. So Yeah, I mean, it's going to be one of those games that's going to be close. They're going to keep it close and make it fun at the end. And I think they're going to go eventually just ISO with the starters. And, I don't really care who wins. Doesn't really matter.
I do that. BKB.
What's up? Hey, what's up, Sports Critic? Welcome. All right, so the next question is, let's see. Oh, what is your reaction, Jake Miller, to the Capella, all the trade deadline? What's your trade deadline reaction? Everything that happened, Rockets, Hawks, everything, T-Wolves.
I don't really understand the Iguodala pickup for Miami. They kind of have something there, I think, where it's just perfect for them, and I think they're underrated a team overachieving where you should probably keep that together. The Cavs, just no. Why? You're gonna get rid of the guy anyways. Overall, it was kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there was no big names out there, so I'm kind of was expecting it. But overall, it's fine. I mean, in the end, it doesn't really matter much. I don't think anything changed anything in terms of the outlook of the season.
Small ball.
Yeah, I don't think it's small ball. I think they're gonna get a buyout, but from somebody. I think they're gonna get something later in the season, and just kind of cut cap. Yeah, I think they're going to find somebody for the playoffs.
Welcome, Jay Hansen. It's an interesting name. I like it.
For like a hot minute.
Oh, hell yeah. Jordan Love, same question. What is your reaction? What is your biggest highlights from the trade deadline?
Well, fuck, Ryan.
My goodness, Ryan. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, I hope that you're okay, Ryan. Sorry to interrupt.
Hey, Ryan. I was going through it yesterday. My whole school was on lockdown. I actually didn't even have school today because of tornadoes in my area. I feel you. But getting back into sports, I'm more intrigued about what didn't happen, and that's the Thunder staying put. Danilo Gallinari not getting traded, even though there was huge talks about him getting moved. Chris Paul staying. It's these types of moves that leave me wondering, why did the Heat make these moves? I'm surprised the Warriors weren't more involved, even though they traded away Alec Burks and they moved Glenn Robinson. And they actually made a better move, in my opinion, by trading away D'Angelo Russell and picking up Andrew Wiggins for the future. I think the biggest move in this deadline, no doubt, was for the Timberwolves. I think they got a lot better. And it's not just because of moving Wiggins, it's the fact that they can now get Jarrett Culver in that starting role. Jarrett Culver is going to become an intricate part in his offense. He's going to be able to play his defensive role, and he's going to be able to play his game. And he was a top 5 pick for a reason. It's going to be.
Did you see the Mavericks with Isaiah Roby too? Sorry to interrupt.
I think I read.
I'm sorry, the Thunder got Isaiah Roby from the Mavericks. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Quietly.
Probably for cash or for a second round pick in like 2024. I'm going to assume.
Justin Patton and cash.
Justin Patton was in that move? Wow. He was like a 19th overall pick. It was the trade that they made with Chicago.
This is a quiet, good move for the Thunder. The Thunder have been killing it. I have a question for them later, but anyway, didn't mean to interrupt.
But as for the Rockets, I don't really understand. I understand the move picking up Robert Covington, great player. You're getting handicapped big-wise. I think if they meet LA or if they meet Philly or even if they meet the Bucks, they're going to get manhandled down low. The biggest loser for this trade deadline for me is the Miami Heat. I know a lot of people are going to hate this take. I don't understand picking up Andre Iguodala when you have Justice Winslow. Trading away Justice Winslow in that move is so stupid.
Surprising.
I understand he's injury prone, and I understand that he's had some rough patches, and he doesn't necessarily fit alongside with Jimmy Butler. But isn't Justice Winslow a younger version of Andre Iguodala? And at this point, after the contract reconstruction and extension, he's on a better contract. It doesn't make sense. I think the Miami Heat are clearly the losers of this deadline. It's weird. Again, that could come back to bite me if they come back and Iggy leads them to a title run and plays some intricate role in them beating the Clippers. But I'm really high on Justice Winslow.
I don't blame you. He's a talented player, and we're glad that your little brother is safe there, Ryan Hood. Sorry we couldn't pull that message up for you because Robert FK.
Slap.
What did Slap say? Virginia, not really there. It's all over the place down there.
Justice Winslow was a great defensive player.
I like what
Justice Winslow
Blake St. Clair said. Iggy went to South Beach to retire. No state taxes.
More than likely.
Get that money, no state taxes.
Especially if they pick up the team option next year and give me more money. Oh, man.
I would be shocked if they pick him up. I really would be.
Well, why would you sign him to 2X? That doesn't make any sense. You could have just picked him up, tried him out this year, paid him what he wanted. And instead, you made him sign a 2-year with team option. It doesn't make that much sense to me. It's kind of weird. But, I mean, whatever worked.
I think the Heat got older and more expensive.
Jay, for like 2 seconds, I thought that there was like some fucking English dude talking on my podcast. I'm like, who the fuck invited another guest on the panel? Like, I was about to.
That sounds British there for a second.
I was ready to flip. I was like, I did not give over user controls. Fuck. Where were we, dude?
So basically, we were talking about the deadline. We were talking about. Well, I brought up Isaiah Roby. He kind of got OKC. Stole him quietly in the middle of the night. Nobody even knew. And Jordan Love was mentioning that he didn't think that it was smart for the Heat to trade Justice Winslow for Andre Iguodala. And Jake was bringing up that that Iggy just went basically there to retire and take his big money. Right? Am I right about that, Jake? Is there any other points you wanted to make before we move on to Roger J?
Also, kill the state taxes.
Oh, yeah. For
Keep
money.
more of the money. Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
Big money. You get big money down there.
He's not a poor man's Iggy. He's just a younger Iguodala.
Well, first, I mean, my trade deadline reaction, just to kind of lead off the fact, honestly, some of it pretty exciting, some of it fairly confusing. A lot of the moves, I'm going to be completely honest, I did not like. Andre Drummond, did not like that move. Andre Drummond to the Cavs, I fucking hated that. It sucks. The reason why I hate it is also the same reason why I kind of hated the Iguodala move. A player of that caliber kind of not really having a say-so in his landing destination. But we witnessed so many other players get respect and get their wishes granted in terms of a destination of where they would like to go and play. I didn't really like it. We knew that Iggy wanted to go to a California team. He ends up in Miami. I'm pretty sure he's okay that he's still in some fucking heat, though. No pun intended there. I did not mean for that to happen. I'm talking about the weather. So I think that Iggy is still happy that he gets to enjoy palm trees and shit like that. So I don't think that he's too disappointed about his move. But I mean, if I'm Drummond, I'm like, I went from Detroit, fuck Cleveland.
From Cleveland's perspective, why make that move? Like, what did you just make a move just to make a move? It just doesn't make any sense. I feel like
they robbed them.
Not even the fact they got robbed. Not even the fact they got robbed. It was done. It was done to put their name out there in the fucking news to make a headline to get some attention. Like, I felt like this was the Cavaliers acted like a fucking chick on Instagram. It's like, oh my god, look at me. Like,
I just don't think he's gonna help them win much.
But I mean,
might improve him a little bit.
I don't like the move for Cleveland, but to be honest, if Thompson is not going to be there, which I doubt he'll be there after this year for the rest of the season, let's be honest, they stole him. There was literally, we're going to get rid of 2 contracts we don't want and a second-round pick in 3 years. Fine, we'll take on a player that might sell 10 tickets.
Okay.
All right.
Why not do it?
Thank you, Jake.
I think Detroit is the disrespectful side of it, by the way. Cleveland, anyone would take that offer. Cleveland did not really deserve any blame. Detroit is to blame for giving them up for something so small.
You treated
like I said, for this player, this is fuck. Like I said, we see so many guys of his caliber get more respect in terms of the landing destinations they go, and Drummond got shit on.
Yep. By his own city, by Detroit, who just did not care to get anything for him.
He puts up empty numbers. He puts up empty numbers. He's the most overrated player in the NBA.
I don't think he helps you win. That's why I don't.
He doesn't help you win. Like
Blake St. Clair says, D'Lo and Cat back together like back in high school should be some entertaining basketball at least. What do you guys think about that? I think it's pretty interesting.
I already said I think that's the best move at this deadline for any team. That pick and roll, you're going to get Jarrett Culver more involved. That team just got a lot better, in my opinion.
So here's my thing with this move, and maybe the analyzing the move itself is clouded by how much I've been burned by this organization that has received D'Lo, and be it that the Minnesota Timberwolves. I have gone on record. I mean, this is before this show, and stated, "Oh, they're going to improve this year. Oh, the Timberwolves are going to be nice this year. Oh, the Timberwolves." This fucking team, they're a franchise that historically can get good pieces and can't get over the hump. And I'm tired of saying that this is good for the Timberwolves or good Timberwolves. Fuck the Timberwolves, bro.
Getting rid of Covington doesn't help either.
Yeah, getting rid of Covington did not help. Taking on D'Lo, cool. You can maybe resurrect a little bit of high school magic between D'Lo and Cat. What are you really doing, Minnesota? Are you ever going to try and actually pursue trying to get a fucking ring? Like this is the same team that once had Kevin Garnett.
Okay.
They have no defense and not that many shooting. I'm not shooting anymore.
I'm on the complete opposite end of the spectrum as you guys right now. I think getting Jarrett Culver, a top 5 pick who's great defensively alongside D'Angelo Russell, is a perfect pairing. I literally think those two mesh perfectly. You get that pick and roll with Karl-Anthony Towns, and you're going to have more than likely a top 10 pick this year because I don't see them advancing that much. And you can add a good wing like Jaden McDaniels, who can play the 4 or the 3, and you're already progressing.
Blake St. Clair says it could help your team.
It's too much of fucking history repeating itself, J-Lo.
No, it's not.
They put pieces together, and then they falter.
Andrew Wiggins is a lot different than D. Russell.
You know what a synonym of fucking Timberwolf is? Failure.
Disappointment. How about that?
Disappointment. This is a team that historically gets pieces and can't fucking accomplish a mission.
Wastes away top 5 players of that decade. No, but
what about Andrew Wiggins going to the Warriors? What do you feel about that move?
I think it's a great move for the Warriors too.
I think it kind of is too.
Because this is going to maximize what Wiggins is.
Wiggins
it's
is
a great thing.
wide open.
And then not just that. Here's the thing. He'll put a little bit of mileage on his body this year, but they're really going to be something. They got the Splash Brothers back. You got Wiggins that'll play big now. Oh God, Golden State is back, baby. Golden State is back, and I can't.
Golden State made a good move here, I think.
Mark my words. Headlines next season, not this season. Headlines next season read Battle of California, not Battle of Los Angeles. How headlines are reading this year between the Lakers and Clippers. Next year, Battle of California takes place. All California teams are on fire.
Okay, yeah, so Western Conference Finals, Clippers and Warriors. Cool.
No.
Kings gotta get their shit together someday. All right, next question. Let's see here. There appears to be a beef sizzling in the 76ers locker room between Ben Simmons and Embiid. And many feel that Al Horford is soft. Does Philly have what it takes to win a title with those two superstars? Also, I want to throw in the fact that JJ Redick said on a podcast, I don't remember which podcast it was, but he said
Probably
on a podcast what's that?
Probably JJ Redick's podcast.
Oh, there it is, probably. He said that would make sense. But he said that they are more worried about what their wardrobe is and less worried about getting to practice on time and doing stuff like that. he had a lot of critical things to say about them, and it's no wonder why he's not with them anymore. We'll start with Jordan Love. What is your take? Or actually, we'll start with Jake Miller. We'll start with Jordan Love. So we'll start with Jake Miller. What is your take on the drama potentially in the 76ers locker room?
Yeah, well, this comes down to somebody I would pick who is maximizing his skill set with his frame, and somebody who I think is massively underachieving. And at this point, there's no excuse for Simmons to not be able to shoot a three-point shot.
Well, I agree. It's like 5 years.
And can you fix this? You paid a shooter who I think is overrated in Tobias Harris way too much, and you're stuck. It's either you have a point guard that can't shoot anything, and he might be shooting with the wrong hand, and a center who's doing what he can, but at what point does a center help win a fourth quarter game when you can easily double team him and take him out of the game? And it comes down to Simmons. I don't care what Embiid does outside of that. He produces. When he's healthy, he produces. He tries to be as healthy as he can. Simmons needs to step up, and that's what it comes down to for me.
Jordan Love, your response?
So, first of all, don't ever say Tobias Harris is overrated. Don't ever. Al Horford doesn't fit in with the system. We've seen it. I don't understand why he wasn't moved. But I'm going to agree with you on this, and I'm going to go at this more from a basketball standpoint. Ben Simmons, grow up.
Yeah. And let me correct what I said before there.
I'm not even
Tobias
kidding.
Harris as a third option you should not have him as a third option. It just does not work.
Ben Simmons, grow up. You're not in high school anymore. You're not playing at Montverde Academy in Canada. You're not playing there anymore. You know where you are? You're in the NBA on the biggest stage. You think you're that guy? Then play like it. Then show you are. Then grow.
Yeah.
You don't need to attack the basket all the time. You can be a playmaker. You can shoot. Do it.
Remember when his nickname when he first entered the league was Baby Braun? Everyone was like, Ben Simmons is Baby Braun.
I'm honestly thinking at this point where it's like when I see it on the floor, I said Tobias Harris is overpaid based on his production because he can't do it when Simmons dominates the ball and doesn't try to develop his game. Tobias Harris at this point is probably a better main ball handler than Simmons because he can do more. I don't care if he doesn't pass it. Let him do more because Simmons is not developing. And it does bother me that he doesn't care to.
Okay, Jake, I have a question for you. Are you saying Tobias Harris is overrated because of what he is paid?
Production at this point. Because they paid him to be a third option.
Okay.
And Simmons is taking his touches.
Let me come back and argue with this. I'm not going to go off of saying a player's overrated. I will agree with you that he's overpaid. But I'm not. If you look at let's take a player, for example, James Harden is overpaid, but he's not overrated. I don't think any player at this current moment is worth what he's going to get paid in a few years.
No.
Chris Paul is overpaid, but he's not overrated. Steven Adams overpaid, but not overrated. Just take that into consideration. Tobias Harris in no way, in no shape, ever is overrated. If anything, at this point, the slander he's getting in this situation especially proves he's underrated. He's a great third option. If he's a third option on a team, you're looking at a championship. I don't care what anybody says. I think he should be a second option.
I think he should be used as a second option. They're not using him properly, and it's showing the production he has is not matching up. Because, honestly, I would rather have him have the ball. Take Simmons off the ball. But what do you do with shooting? And it comes on Simmons again. He has to be able to play off the ball.
Let me agree first off with part of what you're saying, Jake. Yes, get the ball out of Simmons' hands.
Yeah.
A matter of fact, at this fucking point, probably this season, Philly, Simmons isn't contributing aside from being an inside presence. He's not hitting from beyond the arc like we have all mentioned. Like we all know.
Yeah, give him the ball. Give Tobias the ball because I know he can play better, but you're not letting him produce at his salary.
More threes than Simmons?
Yeah.
In one game. He has 4 in one game.
In his first career game.
And that was a very, very literal.
Wait.
That was a literal alone. Yeah.
So we went from taking my take as saying Simmons is overrated, or not Simmons. Harris.
Exactly.
And saying the value and saying we're all trashing Simmons right now. Pretty much.
Simmons needs to get out of town, I feel.
No, he just needs to grow up. Stop acting like a kid.
He needs to get out of town. He needs to get out of town. Philly, and I'm not saying that him himself personally, Philly, you need to get him out of town. And here's why. He ain't contributing. You could sell him for beyond the arc type of guy. And you could go and you could get that production and make up his production elsewhere. There are more Ben Simmons in the league. There aren't 1,000,001 fucking Steph Currys and Klay Thompsons and, guys that get you those high percentage opportunities, that give you the high percentage look from beyond the arc. You scoring by 2 constantly and crashing the boards is not working for you, Philly. You need to adjust. Use Simmons to go and get someone that can give you an outside presence.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say that Simmons fits on a team when I would say best offensive option or main offensive option is inside. You need shooting at that point. You need to space the floor. And Simmons is always going to be that guy they're going to lay off of. He just doesn't fit there right now. I think there's guys who get put there that could replace him, but it's very hard because he has an ability on defense that I don't think he's shown. He could maybe make up for shooting, but I don't think he's shown that either. Do you guys disagree?
He has shown the defense.
But should he show it more to make up for the lack of it? Because I feel like there's something there.
He's shown the defense. I think he needs to show more consistent effort.
Yes, because you need to contribute. You can't not be able to shoot.
But he's not complete. He's a great talent, but he's not. He's immature, like you said, J-Love. He's immature, and he's not. He's just not like a complete player. And if he was a complete player, he could be potentially a superstar. But it doesn't look like he'll ever be a complete player, and that's the hard thing about this.
Is he a Wiggins? Is he like a slightly younger Wiggins? Like he's
becoming like Wiggins.
I feel like they're different skill sets, but I just think I know what he's going to be in 5 years.
He's not like Wiggins, obviously, Jordan Love. He's not like Wiggins.
Okay, I was like...
But I feel like he's stuck in his ways to a point.
I know what you meant, though, Jake Miller.
I get it now. Neither of them are going to show any improvement.
Player is what I'm saying. I think that's what you're saying. He doesn't play like Wiggins.
I just feel like he's going to be... What Wiggins is now is what he is in 5 years. Same thing with Simmons. I just don't see it. Like, the development, the jump didn't happen where I would expect it. And I hope I'm wrong.
And I'm sorry, but that goes deeper than basketball, that you being hard-headed, not wanting to listen to anybody.
It does go deeper than basketball. There's no way. Because people who are well-adjusted are able to learn things. And like, if you're not able to learn a three-point shot, it's because you're arrogant. It's not because you don't want to. You obviously have worked on it. Like, there's some sort of immaturity here going on. I feel like Fultz had like a confidence problem. Simmons has an arrogance problem. You know what I mean? Like, there's something different. He can be a lot better than he is.
I don't believe that I have to change problem.
Yeah, I think Fultz had seriously a mental health problem, which
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I think it's very mental with him to a point where it just something messed him up. And he never really was an arrogant guy. I think Simmons came in as an arrogant guy and never really relinquished that. And I think he's still one of those guys, I do it my way. Like, Fultz was never an outspoken guy I could see as a guy that's like, I do it my way, I want to shoot my way. He changed with the coaches and something was messed up with the shot change. I don't know. But
I'm sorry.
He was broken mentally.
Maybe mentally, you know what I love about the NBA? You look at Lonzo Ball. Broken jump shot when he came into the league. A lot of people had questions about his jump shot, but then it proved to not work. So he tweaked it, made it better. You look at other players, Giannis, throughout his career, 22%. Now he's shooting 34%. Great players, and I'm not classifying Lonzo Ball as great. He's a good player. But the great players make change and do what they have to do to be even better. Ben Simmons, you're not doing that.
No, and that's what I'm saying. That's a leadership quality. Self-assessment is something that and even all of us watching, and here on the show, take time, self-assess yourself. You're not always 24/7 the fucking shit. Okay, I'm letting everyone know now. Not even me. Okay? Self-assess yourself, take time, look at the things that you've done wrong, and figure out how you can get better. For athletes, this should be a trait that is second nature in your abilities of becoming a better player. For athletes, we are witnessing right now, when we talk about Ben Simmons, someone that does not possess this attribute, that is refusing point blank to improve, and therefore, I'm sorry, motherfucker, you need to go.
Okay.
Get out of there.
He doesn't. Okay, let's not.
I mean, no.
I'm sorry, Ben Simmons is not getting traded.
And how do you move him too? Who wants the guy that can't shoot the ball?
There's a reason that teams are talking about trading for Joel Embiid before they're talking about trading for Ben Simmons. One, because people don't want him.
Simmons, yeah.
But if you're the Sixers and you're trying to get rings, you're not getting rid of Embiid. You're getting rid of Simmons.
Nobody's gonna want Simmons.
It's hard to get rid of either one of them.
Let me. I don't want that to get clipped and take that out of context, but nobody's going to give up the value that Philadelphia is going to want for Ben Simmons.
No.
Let me put it that way.
No. Yeah. I agree.
Kobe.
Point blank.
Right,
I made it.
Unless, you guys got more?
No. I think we're talking about the Storm.
I think we're just trashing Simmons at this point. So. I think this was a segment of trashing Simmons, so I think we did enough damage to it. If you ever see this,
the Rumboyz Fantasy Network says, "Fuck off."
Yeah, we do not like Ben Simmons. We are purely anti-Ben Simmons. This is our stance.
Shoot a 3-pointer. All right. In the NBA, or rather, if the NBA playoffs started today, Ja Morant would have led the Grizzlies to the 8th seed, and that's impressive. Is he the clear rookie of the year, or would you take anyone else? Would you consider anyone else for this award at this moment? Robbie J.
Fuck yeah. He's the clear-cut rookie of the year. The only other person that could possibly, in terms of hype and the stats and everything that could contend with them, hasn't even played a full season. I was once, everyone knows I'm a huge Tyler Hero fan, and I respect the kid's level of play. He's not going to get me. The kid in Charlotte, what's his name? God damn it, I can't remember.
Washington? Not
Washington.
Devontae Graham's not a rookie, if that's who you're thinking about.
Graham? It's second year. Yeah.
So Graham's not a rookie?
No.
I apologize. So then it's not going to be Graham. Rui Hachimura, the greatest thing about his fucking game right now is his kicks.
Hey, you have to mention a DC player.
I'm just going through rookies right now.
There's a bunch of rookies you could have named before Hachimura.
You're right. There's a lot of fucking rookies I could have mentioned.
You mentioned Hero, but you're not going to mention Duncan Robinson and Kendrick Nunn.
No,
none for sure.
Yeah,
but I think Morant has them all in the dust.
Nunn has done his fucking thing, and I'm not going to hate. Ja Morant's the clear-cut rookie of the year.
Yeah, Morant is clear-cut rookie of the year at this moment. Even as Zion starts to heat up, I mean, Morant's been doing it for 3 months.
And I hate the bullshit that we pull on trivia sometimes, but according to JD's question, it did say if it were to end today.
If it were to end today, that's true.
So keeping it within the framework of the question, I'm not allowed to give anyone the rest of the season in my answer.
Actually true.
It's
Ja Morant.
You know what this rookie.
Yeah.
You know what this rookie class is going to remind me of? Go back to when Joel Embiid played his first year. He played about 42 games, but he was clearly the best player. But he didn't get rookie of the year because he only played 40 games.
Exactly.
You know who got that rookie of the year? Malcolm Brogdon. No, it was Malcolm Brogdon.
No, his team was second, yeah.
Yeah, Saric was second. But Malcolm Brogdon got it, and I'm not comparing Ja Morant to Malcolm Brogdon. I think Ja Morant's a much better player than Malcolm Brogdon. No shade. Brogdon was averaging 19 to 10 to start the year, about 20 games into the season. However, Zion's probably gonna end up averaging about 18 and 8. But Ja Morant leading his team, having these highlights, being the leader on a team going into your rookie year, showing that. Like I said, I thought he should have been the first overall pick, even over Zion. I think there's a point where skill overlaps athleticism, and Ja Morant lacks nothing in athleticism. So,
Jake, that's your lighting. That's your fucking lighting, Jake.
Two people. Fine.
I like it.
That motherfucker said Jake said his electric bill's getting too high.
Wait, who said that? If it was BKB,
two people, BKB and Slap.
BKB always trying to point out somebody lighting. I swear.
I'll be J Love if I do that, right? Hey, surprise here. No, right now it's Morant. No, yeah, he trolled me earlier. He said the same thing earlier too, ironically. But Race Morant, and I do agree with J Love in that it doesn't matter what Zion does now. Just he didn't play enough, and somebody could come up. I would be very surprised. You had to put up some crazy numbers. Right now, it's Morant, and that's awesome to see because I kind of like to see the second guy get some love because that's good for the NBA overall too. Where you have Zion not getting Rookie of the Year. That's kind of a good thing long term. If you think about it, where you have two guys to focus on next year.
As a star now.
I called this, by the way.
All right.
What?
I thought they were
going. Oh, John. Okay, yeah. Bro, I was about to.
I think we're all in agreement. John Morant is pretty great. Jake Miller, I'll stay with you for this next question. So my guy, Luka Doncic, he messed up his ankle again. This is the third time he's been hurt, and it's all been lower body injuries. But in his absence, Kristaps Porzingis has been tearing people up.
And broke his nose.
Oh, yeah, he just broke his nose too. Man, these guys cannot stay healthy.
Yeah.
If Carlisle can harness the power of both of them somehow, what would that look like?
So I don't see this as much of a problem because in the playoffs you need two, right? Is that fair to say?
You do. Yeah. You do need two.
And selfishness can come into play at times, and I'm sure it would, but I kind of have an opinion. I guess this could be bad to say about American basketball, but in Europe, it's a team game. You have two European guys who can figure it out, and I think they're willing to say we need each other at this point. And if it comes down to it, you can work a matchup. And I think if this was two American stars, it'd be different. But for now, it's one of those things where I think they'll work together if they have. What?
Do you think they'll coexist well?
Oh yeah, I think they both played European ball growing up, where it's all a team game and you just win the game. And I think they need each other, and I think they know that. I think if it was two ISO guys,
that Porzingis didn't want to go there.
I don't think he had much of a choice, to be honest with you. You'd have made a trade and you have a contract. It's kind of tough to really.
He signed it. Yeah, he signed the contract. So
yeah,
clearly didn't hate it that much.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I really don't think it's an issue. They play totally different positions. Porzingis won't take the ball up at any point in time, and the NBA has changed to the point where he should expect the league is not going to go that way. So I'd be very shocked.
Though.
Yeah, but is he going to take the ball up? He's going to run an offense. Like at some point, he has to realize a big guy like him is not going to run an offense unless it's on a very bad team. Yeah, I think it's a win. I don't have a concern.
Jordan Love, do you think Kristaps
can slap yourself, please no. Please no. I just read that comment. No.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Yeah.
Stream's over.
There's a worse one. There's a worse one than that. I don't want to talk about it though.
I'm just going to.
What was the question again?
You gotta pay a $5 dono fee for that.
What was the question again?
The question basically was,
nasty.
One, can Rick Carlisle maximize these two guys' potential, and can they work together? Because when Luka's out, it seems like Kristaps can dominate easier.
Yeah. I'm just gonna come out and say this real quick. It's just ironic how Luka and Kristaps have the opposite issue. Kristaps needs to put on weight while Luka needs to lose some. I just think that's funny. I feel like if you merge their bodies and they both came out like they evenly dispersed their weight, great. It's amazing. But like, it'd be really tough for them to maximize because Kristaps plays very well when he's isolating and when he has the ball, but Luka Doncic is so ball dominant. It's just going to be tough. I do think that they need to explore more of a pick and pop and a pick and roll just to get Kristaps more close, like getting him on the same side of the court to where Luka is. If you look at their offense a lot of the time, if you look at their offense, Luka's on one side of the court, and then Kristaps is on the other side. It's like they're on two different hemispheres.
Don't know why I was joking about the dono, but yeah, bro. I was completely joking.
Slap came through.
You're kidding, man. Come on. You didn't have to do that. Thank you, though.
But yeah, if you look at their offense, it looks like they're on two completely different hemispheres, opposite sides of the world. Getting them more involved with one another, I think, would benefit a lot.
Oh yeah. It's my turn, right?
All right.
It is.
What needs to happen is pretty much along the exact lines of what of what Jake just mentioned. Give me just 1 second. By the way, guys, make sure you share the stream. If you're watching us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube. If you're watching us on Sportscaster, do the same thing. If you're watching us on YouTube, check us out on Sportscaster. Whole fucking revolving door. We're only 9 away from the 1900 mark. We're almost at that 2K. But yeah, no. So what it's gonna take in order for one, you got to get these two healthy first to fuck off. Like you got to get these two healthy at the same damn time. Now, in order to do that, you're gonna need the off season. I'm the Mavs. You know what's their seed right now? They're like what, like 5th, 6th, right?
I think they're 5th.
They're 5th. I think that they're 5th last time I called them.
I'll check right now.
Thanks.
They are 7th. They are 7th.
Welcome to Jackman.
Dropped since the last time that I commentated.
They are 1 game behind the Thunder. They are 2.5 games behind the Jazz and 3.5 behind the Rockets.
Yeah. So and that makes a whole lot of sense. Just looking at those teams that are ahead of them, you need these two healthy. You can't rest because of what's on the line. You cannot rest either one for the remainder of the season. And with hopes of next year.
Well, they're not going to have Luka for like 2.5, 3 weeks. Exactly. So when Luka comes back, you gotta be hot. You guys gotta keep the ball moving between those two. I feel like also didn't they lose Powell for an extended amount of time? Yeah, Powell's going to be out for still a couple more weeks.
Exactly. So I mean, not having Powell, that's really where the fluidity and the main core Mavericks offense flows between. It's Luka and Powell. Powell dishing out Luka, Luka dishing to Powell down low. Kristaps and Luka kind of don't have that, and if they can get it, then they could.
I think the Mavs underrated.
Huh?
I was going to say the Mavs bench is really underrated. Like they have a lot of 3-point shooters. The problem with them is their perimeter defense and their low post defense, especially without Powell Dwight Powell. That's a problem. But like you got Maxi Kleber, he can shoot. You got Justin Jackson, he can shoot. You got Seth Curry, he can cook and shoot.
You know what's hilarious about this team?
What's that?
If they had Harrison Barnes right now, who they just traded away, they'd be amazing.
Yeah, but he cost so much money, you know?
I'm sorry, but if he was on this team, they'd be amazing. He's that missing piece. Like, I'm sorry.
But no, you're right. He would have helped. He would have definitely helped. No question.
He cashed in though. Credit to him.
No,
bad team.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that take. Shout out to Seth Jackman in the chat. If you're new, Seth, subscribe to the channel. No, dude, I gotta agree with the Barnes take. It's like keeping it focused. I mean, on the question, you need to get both these guys healthy. You need Powell back, and that's really the key to this. In the time that you're waiting for Powell to get back, make all ball movement go between Porzingis and Luka.
Yeah, they got to figure out a way to make it work with both of them, and then they'll be successful. I don't think they'll win this year, but I'd like to see them win a playoff series. All right. Next topic. Hell yes, Seth Jackman. Welcome to the Rumboyz. Check out our Discord too. Join the Pirate Gang, rumboyz.com. We got a blog as well. So you said baseball is next. Do you want me to ask the NCAA question quick?
Yeah, no. Let's go into NCAA. Well, let's keep it on the basketball.
Quick college question. Is this the most dead college basketball has been in recent memory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't think we need to touch on that.
The number one player that we were all looking forward to in Wiseman isn't playing. So
no.
And Cole Anthony's been injured. UNC fucking sucks. Duke doesn't have Zion or RJ Barrett anymore.
No, let's take this a step further. The top 5 players we were looking forward to haven't done really anything. LaMelo Ball's not playing. RJ Hampton's not even – well, LaMelo Ball's not even a part of the NCAA. RJ Hampton isn't a part of the NCAA. Cole Anthony has been so inefficient, and he was dealing with injuries. You don't see James Wiseman. These guys aren't playing. Let's put it this way. The best team, the most fun team to watch in all of college basketball is Dayton with Obi Toppin, a guy who we had as a second-round draft grade, who's now emerged as a lottery pick because college basketball sucks.
The best game that we've had was involving the Souza with the chair. And that was Kansas versus K-State.
Yeah.
Hey, that was a good meme. Great meme.
Thanks. I try.
Hey, I posted one. I posted one there. Yeah.
You did post one. We are still going to be doing the bracket busters this year. We're still going to be doing our March Madness tournament.
All of them. Everybody's a bracket buster. There's no telling who's going to win anything this year.
Yeah.
No one expect anything major out of college basketball this year. If you win fucking money this year, good on you.
No, you just got lucky. I'm sorry.
Yeah, pretty much. TBL is fucking what's popping right now. The TBL is way more exciting than college basketball right now. XFL is going to be popping off. There's a lot of other things that we are going to be commentating on the Rumboyz Fans Network. College basketball, you're not getting me views.
I don't much. Yeah, I agree. I don't have any respect for it. When South Park made fun of the NCAA, that's exactly how I feel too. No respect. I don't. Sadly.
I love college basketball, and I'm literally just I can't.
Fun.
Yeah, it's fun because I actually go to Vegas for it, so the first round's very fun.
That's cool.
Where it's like if you make a $10 bet, you get a free drink coupon. So,
dang,
you just make bets on every game, so you get 40 free drinks a weekend. You know, that's the fun part about it. And you're like, I've actually won 50-50 on him. I just didn't care as much. Where it's like, I like not knowing a lot about it. Where it's one of those things where it's like, really UNC is an 18.5 point favorite. I'm taking the underdog because,
Well, you know what's hilarious about this year? What's hilarious about this year is the number 1 seed Baylor is still going to be an 18.5 point underdog, and then they'll lose the game by 15.
Or you mean favorite, right? 18.5 point favorite.
Yeah, no, they'll be favored by 18.5, and then they'll lose by that.
A 1 seed could lose to 16 again. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it. I hope.
That
Okay,
just means
all
that
I'm
the
hoping.
jackpot's going to be huge slap.
All I'm hoping for March Madness is that UNC gets in because there's a serious chance they don't. I'm hoping they get in and they just upset everybody because Cole Anthony's just going to be that guy that we thought he was going to be. But that's really it. There's a reason teams are trading away their draft picks this year because this draft class sucks.
It's all for Horizon, right? After that, no one cares.
This is the most insecure draft class I've ever seen.
Yeah.
By the way.
Next question.
LaMelo Ball doesn't look that good anymore.
LaMelo Ball's not a security. RJ Hampton, no. Cole Anthony, no. James Wiseman, no.
Doesn't look that good. All right. Let's talk about the MLB, and then I'll leave it to Robbie J to break down the UFC and the TBL. So, how pissed off should Red Sox fans be following Mookie Betts to the Dodgers trade and having season ticket prices raised with him on the cover? Jeez, that's savage. Robbie J, start with you.
Yo, so yeah, really quick, we talked about this on the Rum Report yesterday. Check out yesterday's episode if you have not already.
Great podcast.
Thank you. Fucking yeah, dude. This sucks. Like, if you're a Red Sox fan, you traded away one of your best players. But not only that, here's the burn if you're a fan. Okay, they put the motherfucker's face on the cover of every single one of your season tickets. You're not even going to get to see him play. The man that brought you once a World Series title not long ago. You're in the whole shambles of the baseball cheating scandal, so that's a big fucking no-no. If you're a Red Sox fan, I'm gonna keep it short, simple, and sweet. I've never felt bad for you before, aside from you were dealing with the Babe Ruth curse. I'm feeling bad for you now. An investment flush down the drain. J Love.
Honest, like I there's not too much that can be said about this. The Red Sox got destroyed. And I understand they saved a lot of money in salary cap and hard cap and luxury tax. Well, there is no luxury tax. They saved a lot of money on their salary cap. What good is that for you? I mean, there really is no salary cap in baseball in general. So I don't understand the move. They got screwed over. And this is hard for me. I'm a White Sox fan. So me saying this is like me saying I feel bad for Cowboys fans. I feel awful for you Red Sox fans. You lost two of your best players. Not one, two.
David Price won.
Yeah.
So
that's constant posture.
Yeah. On top of that, it's kind of a weird deal here because I don't know if I would pay Mookie $40 million. Yeah. Well, would any of you guys pay Mookie $40 million a year? I wouldn't personally.
No.
So, and I think he'll get it from the Dodgers. So it's one of those things you kind of have to move it.
It took 12 years, $400 million.
Yep. So, but David Price, letting that contract go is probably a positive for him as well, and letting them rebuild because they lost their manager before spring training. What do you expect this year? There's a lot going on there where they're going to have to rebuild. There's a lot of players that are left from that whole maybe tainted World Series where they're going to have to rebrand a little bit. So this might not be the worst thing for them long term because if you think about it, who was there was tainted. The people who brought them there is tainted. I mean, this is a lost year regardless, even if you had him. And you got rid of Price as well, which is probably a positive.
Facts. Yo, we need to get some crowdfunding working here for J Love to get a new chair. I need a new chair too.
Yeah, we all need just like really run chairs.
We need Rumboyz chairs with the Rumboyz R embroidered in the back.
Yes.
Let's see. Robbie's getting droopy face. I'm ready, dude. I'm fucking lit. Moving into the next question there, kind of with Jake wrapping that up. I mean, that was short, simple, and sweet. We all feel fucking bad for the Red Sox, for the Sox. The TBL on Sportscaster has completely, literally blown up. I was calling one hell of a fucking game between the Tampa Bay Titans and the Raleigh Firebirds. Kind of think of this almost how a lot of you that aren't serious basketball fans, how a lot of you are kind of gravitating to the XFL for your football needs during this offseason. I want you guys to kind of think about us and the TBL. The TBL is a league that is streaming exclusively on Sportscaster. No cable provider, no nothing. But the Sportscaster is the cable provider for this, if you will. On top of that, we are fusing in a new technology to where with the TBL, you're watching me call the game while you're actually physically watching the game. Imagine that technology with no copyright infringement being utilized for NFL, MLB, NBA, so on and so forth. What are you guys most excited about with the TBL? Is it the new teams, the new athletes that the Rumboyz have an opportunity to meet, and so on and so forth? Is it the fact that this is a new league and it's like, yo, we could find the next NBA superstar randomly in this league? Is it the technology that is being brought to the forefront? What are you guys thinking?
I think it's badass that you can call a game while on Sportscaster, while having all the notes and everything in front of you, and everybody's watching it with you. I think it's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great opportunity.
It has been. It's been for me as someone that works in media, and us that works in media. The ratings have been crazy. The new followers have been crazy. The fan base is absolutely bananas. They love everything that's going on. I mean, like I said, the new technology that we're rolling out, if we can make it successful with the TBL, we can make it successful with multiple other leagues out there. So I mean, keep supporting, keep showing us love. Check out the TBL, find a favorite team. The Patroons are dope up there in Albany, But yeah, Jake is light skinned. Jake, do you have any thoughts?
I'm beyond light skinned, but I mean, yeah, it's fun, man. I enjoy all these smaller leagues. I loved the Lamar Balls movement to get a league going. It didn't work out. I love TBT when it comes out in the summer. So I mean, I love these like little basketball leagues. I love watching the Drew League too. I mean, it's one of those things, man. If anything catches on, I don't think people complain about more basketball. So I hope it works out.
No, it's not like football where people complain about having more football. That's for damn sure, which is weird because during the season, you're like, what am I going to do during the off season? I have no football. And then the AAF and XFL come and they're like, fuck this is trash.
It's off-brand football league. Shut up.
Exactly. Like, just live with it, deal with it. The TBL, you're not going to feel that way. You guys are definitely going to enjoy it.
Said Johnny
Sportscaster support the TBL, so that way we can expand deeper and deeper into other leagues. And final question of the night. Oh no, you're good. You're good. I didn't get that reference actually. What was the reference?
Johnny Football, Johnny Manziel. I was thinking that maybe he would be in it, but
that hurt my feelings, by the way, a lot. Really hurt my feelings.
That hurt my feelings.
If you're gonna pick one Browns player to anger me, you say Johnny Manziel.
I watched him in the AF, and I was like, "Geez,
it's either Manziel or it's Trent Richardson that I'm poking fun at."
Is he not going to be in the
Hey,
NFL?
we won that. We traded him to the Colts and got something out of him. We won that.
That's true,
one.
actually.
Yeah, no, Manziel was the bat. We lost that one together. We can't even defend that one.
So, ladies and gentlemen, our final topic, our final question of the night. Jake, it sounds like you and Justin are going to take my shift for UFC tomorrow.
I guess so, yes. We talked about it, and we are going to live stream it, the main card, UFC 247.
Because I had no fucking idea.
Well, Justin said he would host, so that was part of it. I didn't know if you were doing it too. I think it's his YouTube channel and his personal channel, but yes, it will be on his YouTube channel. Clock Management Fantasy Football.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. So what are we thinking here between Reyes and John Bones Jones here? I mean, of course, Shevchenko is competing on the undercard, but I think that we're all underneath.
She's the co-main.
Yeah, she's a co-main event. I think that we're all, or not the undercard, the co-main event. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you for making sure I'm politically correct. But I feel like we all know that Shevchenko's gonna do her thing there. What are we thinking about Jones and Reyes? And if you have any other differentiating opinions on Shevchenko, then drop them.
Okay, so Shevchenko is a minus 1,100 favorite. So just don't bet on her. You can't make money.
On who?
Caitlin Kachugan. I don't know how to pronounce her name.
Yeah, the chick that's facing fucking Shevchenko. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
I wouldn't even bet that either way. The thing with Jones is, if Jones is John Jones that's focused and looking at that heavyweight jump to Stipe, there's no way you would bet against him. And he is very focused this fight, and he's talking about the next matchup. I think he's trained heavily, and I think he's ready. Reyes has 6 UFC fights, no common opponents. And at this point in time, I just don't see how John Jones loses unless he aged rapidly. He's fought guys his height, but the issue seems to be the reach. John Jones still has a 7-inch reach advantage. And I'm like, this is going to get ugly. Yeah, I saw the comment. But John Jones still has this matchup where it's like nobody can match up physically. That 7-inch reach over his height, that dude's fighting at really 7'1" with that reach, and I just don't see him losing.
No, I don't see John Jones losing here. Either.
I'd love it too, by the way. I'd love to see a change and have him forced to go to heavyweight, but I just don't see it now.
Absolutely. I mean, but this is a light heavyweight division. I mean, this is what's going to force him to have to take the leap to heavyweight. I know that he wants Stipe, and he's been talking about fighting Stipe very heavily. So I'm going with John Jones. I am going to advise very heavily. You're not picking the contender in the Shevchenko fight. You're rocking with Shevchenko. Let's keep your money safe, people.
Just don't bet it. 1,100 minus 1,100. Don't touch that bet unless you're really confident Caitlin can win that fight. Just don't touch that fight. You can't make money.
Exactly. I'm going John Jones here. I don't think that Reyes even gets out the first round.
Yeah, I think this will be a hungry John Jones because people have been complaining that he's going to decisions recently. I think he's going to end this quick, and it might be embarrassing fashion. And I hope so. I mean, I want to see an angry John Jones or a new champion. I don't want to see a decision John Jones here. I'd be very upset to see that. I think, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I'm just over John Jones going 5 rounds and touring with opponents.
Oh my god!
Tell the Cowboys mom I said what's up. Big what's up? Big. Oh. So yeah, no, definitely on the same page.
We love you guys, by the way. We love it.
Yes, we fucking love it.
We love it, man.
Anyone else have anything else to say about UFC Fight Night this weekend?
I will point this out. Dana did something very smart, real quick. He put the Black Beast as the first fight, even though he's the 3rd biggest fight. Robbie saw this too, right?
Ooh.
And then had 2 no-names with their UFC debut against 2 guys who had 2 straight losses as the 2nd and 3rd fight. So Derek Lewis is the 3rd biggest fight in the card, but he's the 5th fight on the card. So, that is one of those things where I'm like, okay, fine. Good job, Dana, because now I have to watch the whole card because I don't care about these fights with guys who've never fought in the UFC.
No, the undercard is definitely significantly more interesting, or the under fight.
Or the prelims for sure.
Prelims, if you will. Other than that, make sure you guys catch up with us tomorrow. We do have XFL action going on tomorrow. I think that I'm going to be fully dedicated to the XFL tomorrow. It is opening weekend of the XFL, so I'm going to give it the same respect that I did give the TBL. and make sure that I'm fully attentive in broadcasting that. I'm probably gonna go live for UFC. I don't know. I might just be joining Clock Management and be like, dude, I've called XFL twice on my channel today. You need a fight expert. So probably end up doing that. Other than that, let's hit it with around the horn, starting with Rumboyz JD, because I know that you're ready for some fucking food.
Oh yeah, I'm smelling it. I smell it right now. It smells good. Well, man, I'm going to be releasing a Houston Rockets video tonight. A lot of news, a lot of speculation, a lot of ranting on my channel as of late. I did just write I wrote 2 articles. One was kind of a half article, just kind of a tribute to Kobe and what happened. And the other one is a raw breakdown of his legacy as a player. So check that out on Rumboyz.com and everything else we got going on there. Jordan Love, I'm sure, will tell you about what he's got going on too. So check it out.
Yeah, where can the people find you on social media?
Oh yeah, at Rumboyz JD on Twitter. I am also on Facebook. I have a page getting probably almost 150 people on there. So check that out on Facebook too. It's pretty much the same as my YouTube channel, maybe a little bit more memes, a lot more memes.
J Love, welcome.
I had an article ready to publish Wednesday. I was going to put it out, and then it wasn't there. There was a big glitch, so I'm redoing it. I worked out a lot of it so far. Spent about the last 2 hours working on it before we got on stream. So hopefully it'll come out by Sunday night. Other than that, working on a lot of stuff, getting ready for this draft season. I will say this, a lot of the draft breakdowns are going to be coming after the combine. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, it's draft season, why aren't you doing any of that? We're not going to get a full bearing on a lot of these players until we see what they run, how they test, how they react, until we get a little bit more news about how they interviewed. All these things are going to be huge factors in where a lot of teams are going to look at these players and where they're going to land in the draft. So that's when you'll see me start to bring a lot of my stuff out. So here in 2 or 3 weeks, basically, is what I'm saying.
Hell yeah. And where can the people find you on socials?
Go to Rumboyz.com. I'm always there. Our Discord, I know you've been hyping that up a lot. I'm in there. And then on Twitter, Rumboyz JLove.
Yes, definitely make sure you guys are following these guys on Twitter. I'm pretty much going to make it like across the board where I want everyone to be super active on their Twitter accounts. Because we're growing, we're building buzz. It's getting real lit over here at the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Jake, what you got popping off, bro? Rumboyz Combat.
Well, obviously tomorrow, Clock Management, Fantasy Football, live streaming the main event of the UFC. As well as Discord, Rumboyz Combat. Rumboyz Combat on the Rumboyz website. Sportscaster, Rumboyz Combat. And YouTube, Rumboyz Combat. So we have all the IPs there. So follow me there. And overall, yeah, we're going to be streaming tomorrow. Good, probably 4 hours, no UFC cards. Please subscribe.
Check that out.
Fuck yeah.
Rumboyz Combat, Sports News with JD, Jordan Love, Rumboyz Fantasy Sports Network with Robbie J.
Hell yeah. Make sure you guys are following me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all over the fucking map. I'm everywhere, all over the world. At Rumboyz, spelled with a Z-N-E-T. If you have not already, you know where I'll be. Check me on Rumboyz.com. We're always dropping exclusive fire there. If you have not already, leave us a review. If you have Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star review on Apple. Leave us a 5-star review on Google, on Spotify, any of that stuff. We're getting our audio versions of our podcast ramped up. Mainly the Rumble Report is over there. To start off with that, the kind of kick things off. So follow me on all social media. Check us out every single place possible. Hit us up on the website, rumboyz.com. We're on all podcasting platforms officially here in 2020. A couple new sponsorships in the works here in 2020, so you're going to be seeing some ads being ran in the middle of episodes. That's going to be pretty fucking lit. What's up?
Sponsors.
Yep, sponsors are coming in. We're getting more official than a referee with a whistle around this bitch. So make sure you guys subscribe, keep supporting, because everything that we're accomplishing, everything that we're doing is only possible because of you guys, and that's just to be honest. Other than that, cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What to do? Hey, check out Jake's shirt. Check out.
Yep.
Guys, head to
Pirate Gang.
Some fucking merch. Get some goddamn merch, people. Buy some merch.
There you go.
Use promo code Rumboyz. Free shipping. Raise your glasses. Raise your bottles up, motherfuckers. Let's go. Dicks out for Harambe.
Hold on.
No.
Today's the bottom.
All good. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what to do. Dilly, let's go.
Dilly, everybody.